Hi students, this is ray optics and optical instruments. A light wave has a frequency of this much and wavelength of that much. The index of refraction of the medium in which it is traveling. The refractive index is given by the speed of light in air to the speed of light in a medium. This is also equal to, speed is equal to frequency into wavelength. So lambda air by frequency into lambda medium. But the frequency of a light wave or any wave never changes when it travels from one medium to another medium. So I'm cancelling. So this is lambda air by lambda medium. This is speed in air by speed in medium. So these are the formulas. So let me write this one. N is equal to C by V. That is equal to lambda air by lambda medium. In this problem, N is equal to C is equal to 3 into 10 power 8. Velocity is frequency into wavelength. Frequency 4 into 10 power 14, wavelength 5 into 10 power minus 7. So this will become 3 into 10 power 8 by 5 fours 20 into 10 power 7 or 2 into 10 power 8. So this is a 3 by 2. So answer 1.5, option 4 is correct. Second one, a ray of light traveling in air falls on a transparent glass slab of refractive index 1.732, that is nothing but root 3. Reflected and refracted light rays are mutually perpendicular than the angle of incidence. So here if it is the incident light ray, this is the normal angle of incidence, this is angle of reflection, this is a reflected light ray, this is a refracted light ray. So this is incident. We know that these two are perpendicular to each other according to this given problem. So what is the sum of the angles on a straight line? On a straight line, this is 180. So I plus R plus 90 is equal to 180. So R is equal to 90 minus I. We know that when light travels from one medium to another medium, we can write N is equal to sin I by sin R according to Snell's law. So this you can write sin I by sin R is 90 minus I. This is sin I by cos I, which is equal to tan I. What is this angle of incidence? They are asking I only. This we call it as Brewster's law in wave optics. So directly I am writing N is equal to root 3 is equal to tan I is equal to 60 degrees. So option 3 is correct. Third one, light takes T1 seconds to travel a distance of x centimeters in vacuum and T2 seconds to travel 10x in a medium. The critical angle for the corresponding medium C is, the critical angle is given by sin C is equal to N1 by N2. So the ratio between the refractance of the rarer medium by denser medium. Always here N2 greater than N1. N is the denser medium, N2, which is greater than rarer medium. In this problem, vacuum is the rarer medium and this given medium is a denser medium. So in this case, how to find the critical angle? So we know that sin C is equal, N is equal to C by V. So N1 is equal to C by V1 by N2 is equal to C by V2. So we can cancel C and C. This will become V2 by V1. So the sin angle of critical is, what is V2? That is velocity of this light in a medium, which is given by distance by time. The distance traveled is 10x in time t2. So the speed will be 10x by t2 by the velocity in a rarer medium, that is vacuum, that is distance traveled is x, so time taken t1. So x by t1 will become t1 by x. You can cancel x and x here. The sin C is equal to 10 t1 by t2. The critical angle is given by sin inverse 10 t1 by t2. So this is sin was 10 t1 by t2. Option 3 is correct. Fourth one, a fish looking up through water sees the outside world contained in a circular horizon of radius 6 centimeters. So this is the circular horizon and a fish is seeing this outside world through a circular horizon of radius is equal to how much? 6 centimeters. If the refractance of the water is 4 by 3, so this fish is inside water here. So this is water whose refractive index is equal to N is equal to 4 by 3. Distance of the fish below the surface is, so I want to find out this distance or this is also depth, or let me take it as h. So depth D. To find out this one, see, we know that the light ray that is traveling here will undergo total internal refraction. So this angle is a critical angle. Actually, this is critical angle. So even this angle will be critical angle. So what is the relation between R and D? Tan C is equal to R by D, or D is equal to R by tan C. To find out the depth of that fish below the surface of water, we need R as well as tan C. R value given as 6 centimeters. So how to find this tan C? We know that for this critical angle, sin C is equal to 1 by n. Why? Because this is air whose reference is 1, and here this is a 4 by 3 for water. So this will be 1 by 4 by 3, that is 3 by 4. So if you take a triangle here, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. This is critical angle C. So this is 3 by 4. So this will be 3 by 4. So what about this value? Root over 4 square minus 3 square, which is equal to root 7. I want this tan C. So from this triangle, tan C is given by opposite side by adjacent side, which is equal to 3 by root 7. Now substitute this value here to get this value. So the depth of the fish below the surface of water is R is equal to 6 centimeters by tan C is equal to 3 by root 7. So this 2 can cancel. So D is equal to 2 root 7 centimeter. As R is in centimeter, you will get this depth also in centimeter. All the options are given in centimeters only. So option 3 is correct. 5. An astronomical telescope has objective and eyepiece of focal length 40 and 4 respectively. To view an object of 2 centimeters away from the objective, the lenses must be separated by a distance of dash. The distance between the two lenses is also called length of the telescope. So length of telescope. The same problem, at last they may ask you to find out the length of the telescope. Here we have objective. So this is objective and this is a eyepiece. So in a telescope always objective will have greater aperture as well as greater focal length. The eyepiece will have less aperture and less focal length. So what is the focal length of objective? FO is equal to 40. What is FE? This is 4 centimeters. To view an object 2 centimeters away from the objective, so from here at a distance of 2 centimeters, one object is placed here at a distance of 200 centimeters. The lenses must be separated by length. So what is the distance between these two lengths? This is L. So what is this L? We know that for this objective, for objective lens, so lens formula 1 by F is 1 by V minus 1 by U. Now if you substitute these values, because we know this focal length of this objective, this is 1 by 40, keep all the data in centimeters only. V image we don't know where it is going to produce, and this will be, U will be from this point to this one. This is the incident light. So measuring opposite, this will be minus 200. So this is minus of minus plus, it becomes this side minus 1 by 40 minus 1 by 200 is equal 1 by V. So here if we take 200, this is 5 minus 1, this is 4 by 200, 450s. So the image will be formed at 50 centimeters from the objective. So from here to here somewhere the image will be formed. Let us say the image is formed here at a distance of 50 centimeters from the objective. Now here to find, to view the object, that is image, if the object is, this image is formed exactly at a distance of focal length of this eyepiece, then image will be formed at infinity. So now it will go like this, it will bend, it will converge like this, and it will go, and we know how to draw this diagram, and the image will be formed at infinity. So for this to happen, this should be the object distance for eyepiece, which is equal to focal length of eyepiece. So if it is 50 and this distance must be equal to focal length of the eyepiece, so total length is given by 50 plus that 54 centimeters. Option 2 is correct. A prism of angle 4 degrees made of refractive index 3 by 2 immersed in a water of reference 4 by 3. If the angle of prism is 4 degrees, or if angle of prism is less than 10 degrees, then it is known as a thin prism. So in this case, the deviation produced is given by n minus 1 into A if prism is placed in air. But in this problem, the prism is placed in water, then the deviation angle is given by refractiveness of the material of the prism by refractiveness of the medium in which the object is placed minus 1 into A. So what is Ng? Reference of glass. This is 3 by 2. Water 4 by 3 minus 1 into A. This is 4 degrees. So this is 3 by 2. 4 by 3 become 3 by 4 minus 1 into 4 degrees. This is 9 by 8 minus 1 into 4 degrees. So this is 9 minus 1, 1 by 8, 4 by 8, 1 by 2, 0.5 degrees. Option 2 is correct. Seventh one, white light is passed through a prism of angle 5 degrees. So this is a thin prism only. Why? Because the angle is less than 10 degrees here. If the refractive indices for the violet and red rays are, this is a reference for violet, this is a refractive index for red, are 1.66 and 1.64 respectively, then the angle of dispersion between them is. So whenever white light passes through a prism, it splits into 7 colors. So this is the actual path of the white light without prism. Now these will diverge like this, that means they will change their direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a red color and this is violet. We know that violet bends more in this case. As violet has more refractive index, deviation will be more. Why? Because deviation is given by dou is equal to n minus 1 into A. As n is more, deviation is more. So n is more for violet, so violet color deviates more here. The difference between these two deviations, between these two pair of colors is called angle of dispersion, which is given by, this will be NV minus 1 into A minus, this is NR minus 1 into A. So this is minus 1A, minus or minus plus 1A cancel. This will become NV minus NR into A. So the total angle of dispersion is given by 1.66 minus 1.64 into angle of prism is 5 degrees. This is 0.02 into 5, that is 2 by 100 into 5, 10 by 100 or 0.1 degree. So option 1 is correct in this problem. But here, when this problem is given, sometimes they may ask you to find out dispersive angle or dispersive power of the prism. The dispersive power is given by angle of dispersion by mean deviation, which is given by dV minus dr, that is a difference in the deviation angle produced between violet and red by mean deviation is always taken as yellow, which is given by dV plus dr by 2. So this is called a dispersive power of the prism. Sometimes they may give a problem based on that omega also. A symmetric double convex lens was cut into 2 equal parts by a plane perpendicular to its axis. So this is a convex lens, this is the axis. So it is cut perpendicular to its axis here like this. So this piece will become like this. Now, what is the power of this cut lens? So we know that for original lens, power is equal to 1 by f is equal to n minus 1. This is R1, this is R2. R1 is here, if you consider this one from here to here, this will be positive, R2 will be negative. So this is 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So power is given by 1 by f is 1 by n1. As R1, R2 are equal and this is negative, this will become 2 by R. So power is given by 2 of n minus 1 by r. This is the formula for power. Now for cut lens, P dash is equal to, how this formula will change, n minus 1 into 1 by r. The other surface, this plane surface, R2 will become infinite. So this is 1 by infinite will become 0. So minus 0. So P dash will be n minus 1 by r. We know that n minus 1 by r is equal to power. The power of this original lens is given as 4D. So 2 of n minus 1 by r is equal to 4 diopter. So this 2 get cancelled. N minus 1 by r will be 2D. So what is the power of this lens? After cutting, the power will be reduced to half here when it is cut perpendicular to the axis. So option 1 is correct. If the same problem, in the same problem, if the lens is cut like this, if it is cut into two pieces like this, here R1, R2 is not changing. If power is P, even the power of this one is also P. So when the lens is cut along the axis, power never changes, but perpendicular to the axis, power will be reduced. At the same time, when the power is reduced, that is here P by 2, but the power in relation to focal length will increase. That means it will become, as the power is halved, focal length will become 2f. That means focal length will be doubled, but the power will be half. This is also a problem on plano convex lens. First of all, the focal length of lens is 1 by f is equal to n minus 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Very important formula here. Now, for a plano convex lens, R1 is equal to R, R2 will by infinite. So, in this problem, a plano convex lens is given of refractive index 1.5. They are asking to find out the radius of curvature, and focal length is given 1 by f is equal to n minus 1 by r minus 0. So, this will be directly this. The focal length of this one is 50 centimeters. N is equal to 1.5 minus 1 by r. This is 0.5, that is 1 by 2r. So r is equal to 25 centimeters. So radius of curvature is 25 centimeters. One, a convergent lens of mu g 1.5 has a focal length of 8 centimeters when placed in air. The focal length of the same lens when placed in water. So this one in air 1 by f air is equal to refractiveness of the material of the lens, which is made glass, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Focal length is given as 8 centimeters. So let me write this as 1 by 8 is equal to 1.5 minus 1. This is 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. This is 0.5, that is 1 by 2. 1 by 8 is equal to 1 by 2. This is 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. 2 ones, 2 fours. So the 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2 is equal to 1 by 4. This is equation 1. Now, when it is placed in water, the formula will become 1 by f in water. That is focal length when placed in air. This is focal length when placed in water. This is refractiveness of the material of the lens by refractiveness of the water minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. What is 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2 from the first one? This is 1 by 4. So 1 by focal length of lens in water is, in glass the refractive index is 1.5. Let me take it as 3 by 2. For water this is 4 by 3 when it goes up, 3 by 4 minus 1, and this value is 1 by 4. So 1 by focal length in water is, this is 9 by 8 minus 1, that is 1 by 8 into 1 by 4. This is 1 by 32. So focal length in water is 32 centimeters. Option 1 is correct. 11th one, refractive index of material of lens for yellow and red colors are given as 1.54, 1.51. These are n values. The focal length for yellow is 34. What is the focal length for red color? The relation between focal length and n is inversely proportional here. So we can write 1 by f directly proportional to n minus 1. So for red and this one, f yellow by f red is equal nr minus 1 by ny minus 1. I need to find out the focal length for red light. So I want this value. I know this value as fy as 34 by fr is equal. What is the refractive index for red? When these type of problems are given, please take care and which is ny, which is nr. The yellow and red are given. So this is n yellow and this will be n red. So this is nr minus 1. That is 1.5 minus 1r by, this is 1.54 minus 1. So this will be 0.51 by 0.54, or you can write 51 by 54. So this is 3 17s, so 3 18s. So 34 by fr is equal 17 by 18, 71 and 72s. Fr is equal 36 centimeters. Option 3 is correct. 12th one. A person can see clearly object only when they lie between 50 and 400 centimeters from his lens. So this is his lens. If object is at 50 centimeters to 400 centimeters. Between these two only the person can view these objects, can see this one. Now if you want to see this distance of vision to infinite, what type of lens he has to use? So here the object is initially is at 400 centimeters here, and image should be formed at infinity. So for a lens we have 1 by f is 1 by v minus 1 by u. So 1 by f is 1 by, this must be infinite distance, minus 1 by, this is at 400 centimeters. That means the object which is actually at 400 centimeters should appear somewhere here after varying the lens. Now from this f is equal to minus 400 centimeters or minus 4 meters. So when the focal length is negative, it must be concave. So it is not convex and it must be concave. So this is option 3 is correct. But let me check the power of this lens also. Power is equal to 1 by f, that is 1 by minus 4 minus 0.25 diopter. That's why the option 3 is correct. The focal length of convex lens whose radii of curvature are 20 and 20. So both radii of curvature are equal, means it is a equiconvex lens, and its focal length is 18. To make it to behave as a diverging lens, actually convex lens is a convergent lens. When it behaves as a diverging lens, so it must be immersed in liquid of dash. Now we have this concept. If a glass lens is kept in air, so this is Ng is equal to 1.5, N air is equal to 1, it behaves as a converging lens only. That means if the refractiveness of the material of the lens is greater than the reference of the medium in which it is placed, then its behavior never changes. Same lens, Ng equal to 1.5 placed in a liquid whose reference is also 1.5. Here light rays which are coming here will converge and produce an image here. But here if light rays are passing through this one, they will never converge or diverge. So if Ng is equal to N medium, then it behaves as an ordinary glass slab. Suppose if this lens is placed in a medium whose refractive index is greater than the refractive index of this glass, that is Ng less than N medium, here it is given as N liquid, then the light rays which are coming here will diverge instead of converging. So this value should be greater than the reference of the material of this medium. In this problem, the focal length is given, radius of curvature is given, find out focal length. So 1 by f is equal to n minus 1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. This is 1.5 minus 1. So here n is not known, but f is known. So 1 by 18 is equal to n minus 1 into, this will be 1 by 20 minus of minus 1 by 20. Why? Because one is positive, other one is negative. So this is 2 by 20. So this is 2 by 20, 2 ones are 2 tens. So this will become 10 by 18 is equal n minus 1. N is equal to 1 plus 10 by 18. That is 28 by 18. So the refractive index of this lens is given by n is equal to 28 by 18. 2 9s to 14s. So this will become 9 1s 50, 9 5s 45, 9 5 45. So in this problem, the refractive index of the lens is 1.55. So this I got it as 1.55. The liquid should have a refractive index greater than 1.55. See the options here, 1.5 less than 1.55. 1.62 is so correct. 1.62 is greater than 1.55, so liquid should have a refractance of 1.62. And if you see the third option, 1.33 less than 1.5, it is exactly 1.55. If it is exactly 1.55, then it will become a glass plate only. So option 2 is correct. A round bottomed glass block of radius 15 centimeters full of water. So this is a round bottomed flask. It is full of water. Reference of water is equal to 4 by 3. A small fish inside, when viewed through one of its walls, so there is a fish inside this one. When viewed from one of these walls, it appeared at a 9 centimeter distance. Radius of curvature is 15. So here this is also 15. So this species appears at a distance of 9 centimeters. The actual distance of this species is how much? Now, whenever you see this one from normal, it appears to move towards the observer. So it should be more than 9. So let me see. We know this one, n2 by v minus n1 by u is equal n2 minus n1 by r, a fixed formula for refraction at a spherical surface. Here you should not use this formula. N is equal to real depth by apparent depth. You can use this formula only if the surface is a flat surface. So let us say this is water. If fish is here, then you can use this formula because the surface is flat here for flat surface. For curved surface, refraction takes place through a curved surface. This is the formula. So this is the image distance and refractive index of the image formation. Now here, as fish is the object, this is inside water. For water, refractive index is 4/3, and from this point P, it appears at a distance of 9 centimeters. That means actual distance is somewhere here. Let me take this as u, which is unknown, and its image will be formed in water, other medium. This is 1 by, what is the image distance here? This is minus 9 from here to here, which is equal to 1 minus 4/3 by r is equal to from pole to this center of curvature, which is in the direction of this opposite direction to the incident light. So this will be minus 15. So this is minus 1 by 9 is minus 4/3u is equal. This will be minus 4 means minus 1 by 3 into 45. So minus 45. Cancel. So now you can write this one as minus 4/3u is equal 1 by 45 plus 1 by 9. So this is 45, 1 plus 5. So 9 5 is 45. This is 6 by 45. Now minus 4/3u is equal to 6 by 45. You can write to cross multiply 3u into 6, that is minus 18u is equal 45 into 4. U is equal minus 45 into 4 by 18. This will be 3 6, 3 15s, and here 2 2s, 2 3s, 3 1s, 3 5s. So object distance is minus 10 centimeters. So option 2 is correct. Diameter of aperture of a plano-convex lens is 8 centimeters. So this is a plano-convex lens. This diameter of aperture, it is given as 8 centimeters. And the thickness at the center is 4 millimeters. This is 4 millimeters. As the answers are in centimeters, let me write that 4 millimeters as 0.4 millimeters centimeters. So this is 0.4 centimeter. If the reference of this one is 1.5, what is the focal length? To find out the focal length of this one for plano-convex lens, formula n minus 1 by r. So here n is given as 1.5 and r is not given. But this is a part of a big sphere of radius r. So this, if it is r, this is 4 centimeter, and this value from here to here, this is r. So this value will be r minus 0.4. So squaring this one, this is a right angle triangle, squaring these two sides equal to hypotenuse. So r square is equal 4 square plus r minus 0.4 whole square. So this r square is equal 16 plus r square plus 2ab, that is 0.4, 0.16 minus 0.8 r. Now you can cancel this r square and r square. This will become 16.16 is equal to 0.8 r. Multiply with 10, 161.6 is equal to 8 r. R value 161.6 by 8. 820 is 160, 16.2. So this 1 by f will become 1.5 minus 1 by r value 20.2. 1 by f is equal to, this is 0.5. So this is 1 by 2, 20.2. focal length of this lens is equal to 40.4 meters. Option 2 is correct. If an object is placed 10 centimeters from a convex mirror of a radius of curvature 20 centimeter, magnification is. Remember, for mirror, the mirror formula is 1 by V plus 1 by U. As there are two R's, so we are adding R in this one. So this is R. That means to get this mirror, we are adding 3 R's. That's why plus will come here. For lens, S is a symbol for subtraction, is minus. So this 1 by V is 1 by U minus 1 by U. So we are subtracting this because lens in this we have S. So we have to remember like this, a shortcut method. Otherwise, instead of plus, if you keep minus, you will get a negative marks. So that's why you please remember like this. Similarly, for lens, the magnification is given by, as it is positive here, shortcut M is equal to minus V by U, and for lens magnification is, as it is a negative here, this is a plus V by U. So there is no relation between this and this, but to remember this one, you can remember this one, this method. Okay, now here, if an object is placed from a convex mirror, so this is a convex mirror, like this. Object is placed at 10 centimeters distance U. Mirror of radius of curvature R is equal to 20 centimeters. What is the magnification? Magnification for a mirror is M is equal to minus V by U. M is equal to minus V by U. U is known and V is unknown. Here we know that focal length is half of the radius of curvature, that is 10 centimeter. Now I need to use this formula for mirror. 1 by F is equal to 1 by V plus 1 by U. 1 by 10 convex F is positive, 1 by V unknown, minus of, from here to here, this will be minus of, U is 10, actually plus only, but here you will get minus. So this is minus 1 by 10, when it comes there plus 1 by 10, 1 by V is 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10, that is 2 by 10, this is 1 by 5, V is equal to 5. So now the magnification is minus of V is equal to 5 by U is equal to 10. So this is minus 1 by 2. Actually both U and V will be negative here. I am not writing this one. So now the answer, because the option is given directly 1 by 2 only, plus or minus is not given. So this will be half. 4 convergent lenses have focal lengths 110.5.3. For telescope with maximum possible magnification, for a telescope the magnification is given by focal length of object by focal length of eyepiece. For the magnification to be maximum, the focal length of eyepiece should be maximum and objective should be maximum and eyepiece must be minimum. So we have to choose a set of lens whose focal length is maximum should be used as objective, whose focal length is minimum should be used as eyepiece. So this ratio should be more. For this to be more, in this set of these 4, I have to take the focal length, that means the lens which is having highest focal length should be taken as objective and the lower should be taken as eyepiece, and the answer is 100.3. Option 4 is correct. The radius of curvature of a solid glass sphere is 20 centimeters. This is a sphere of radius 20 centimeters. A mark is made on the surface of the sphere. If refractive index, a mark is made here on the surface of this one, like this. Then the apparent distance of the mark from the diametrically opposite point. So diametrically opposite point. Let us say this is point P, this is point Q. So from here if you observe, what is the distance of this one? So they are asking, radius of curvature is given, mark is made here, and then the apparent distance of this one. The real distance from here to here is 40. And what is the apparent distance? So as it is also, refraction takes place from a curved surface. The formula is N2 by V minus N1 by U is equal N2 minus N1 by R. The object is in glass and image is assumed to be formed in air. So air by V is unknown minus refractive index of the glass is 1.5 by, from here to here object distance is 20 plus 20, that is minus 40 is equal 1 minus 1.5 by, here radius of curvature from this point to here, this is against the incident light rate minus 20. So 1 by V is equal, actually this is plus 1.5 by 40, when it goes outside minus 1.5 40, 1.5 by minus 20, minus 1.5 by 40. So 1 by V is equal, this is minus 0.5, minus 0.5 by minus 20, minus 3 by 2 into 40, minus minus get cancelled. This is 1 by 2, this is 1 by 40. 1 by V is equal to 1 by 40 minus 1 by 80. LCM is 80, 42s, this is 3s. So 1 by V is minus 1 by 8. V is equal to minus 80 centimeters. So it appears at minus 80 centimeters. So here option 3, 80 centimeters, option 4, 100 centimeter, option 3 is correct. One of the refractive surface of a prism of refraction is 30 degrees. So this is a prism, refractive index is 30 degrees. With the refractive index n is equal to root 2 is silvered. So one of the surface is silvered here. A beam of monochromatic light will retrace its path if the angle of incidence over the refractive surface of the prism is dash. Now one of the light ray which is incidentting here, after refraction striking the surface normally, if it is 90 then it will retrace its path and come back. So what is the angle of incidence? In this case, we know that the second refractive angle is 0 because there is no refraction. R1 is equal to R. We know that in a prism, the sum of the angles of refraction must be equal to angle of prism. So R1 is unknown, R2 is 0 is equal to 30. So R is equal to 30 degrees here. Now, as we know that n is equal to root 2, n is equal to sin I by sin R. Sin I is equal to n into sin R, n is equal to root 2 into sin R, that is sin 30. Sin 30 is 1 by 2, so this is 1 by root 2, which is equal to sin I. So sin 45 is 1 by root 2, so I is equal to 45 degrees. So option 3 is correct. This problem, a convex lens of focal length 20 centimeters and a concave mirror, remember one of them is lens, other one is mirror, having their principal axis along the same lines, are kept 80 centimeters apart from each other. The concave mirror is to the right of the convex lens. So this is the convex lens and the principal focus are in the same line, and this is concave mirror. So let me take a concave mirror here. This is the concave mirror. What is the distance between these two? The distance between these two is 80 centimeters. So this is 80 centimeters. And the focal length of the convex lens is given as 20. F is equal to plus 20. Remember, for convex lens always the focal length is positive and power is also positive. Now, in this case, when an object is kept a distance of 30 centimeters to the left of the lens, so in these problems, here it is object is kept left up to this one. So this is the object which is kept at a distance of 30 centimeters to the left of the convex lens. If the image remains the same position, even if the concave mirror is removed also. Now, with the concave mirror, where the image will be formed here, let me check. So this is the incident light ray. After refraction, it will refract after this one and it will converge at somewhere. So where is the image formed? With the help of this convex lens. The convex lens will produce an image somewhere here. So for convex lens, I am going to write the convex lens, 1 by F is 1 by V minus 1 by U, lens S is negative. So 1 by 20 is equal to V is unknown minus, from here to here this is minus 30. So 1 by 20, this is minus of minus plus, it will become 1 by 30 is equal to 1 by V. So 20, 30, 16, 2 3s, 32s, this is 1 by 16. So the image will be formed to 60 centimeters to the right of the convex lens. This total distance is 18. If it is 16, the other distance is 20 centimeters. So even if this concave mirror is removed, image will be formed at the same point. That means this point must be exactly the radius of curvature for this lens. for this mirror. Otherwise, if it is somewhere else, image will be formed at the same point, because object for this one is the image produced by convex lens. This is the object for this one, and after refraction to reach its path, an image will be formed somewhere here. So from this data, what we can say, the radius of curvature for concave mirror is 20 centimeters. Now, the maximum distance of the object for which this concave mirror by itself will produce a virtual image would be dash. So they are asking the maximum distance of the object for which the concave mirror by itself will produce a virtual image of this one. Here, the maximum distance of the object for which concave mirror itself produce a virtual image. A concave mirror will produce a virtual image if the object is placed between the pole and principal focus of this one. So the radius of curvature is 20. So focal length of this lens will be 20 by 2, that is 10 centimeters. If object is placed between this pole and this principal focus somewhere here anywhere, then a virtual image is formed. But they are asking, that means object can be placed here, 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 here. But the maximum distance means when it is just placed nearer to the principal focus, the image will be virtual. So answer is 10 centimeters. 20 past. A transparent cube of side D, this is a cube of side D, made of a material of refractive index mu2, this is mu2 here given, is immersed in a liquid of refractive index mu1 here, but mu1 is less than mu2, so this is denser medium, this is rarer medium. A ray is incident on the face AB, this is face AB, incident on this one, at an angle theta, and theta is, this is normal here, this is an angle of incidence. The total internal reflection takes place at a point E here on the face BC, then theta must satisfy. First of all, if it is theta and this angle will be, let me take it as R, and this angle will be 90, this should be 90 minus R. First of all, if the light ray is grazing this surface, if the light ray grazes surface, this is called R, this will become 90 minus C. So critical angle C, this is 90 minus C in this triangle. So by using general form of Snell's law, refractive index of a medium into sine angle in that medium is equal to refractive index in the denser medium into sine angle in that medium, which is equal to 90 minus C. Now, so we can write mu1 sine theta is equal to mu2, this is sine 90 minus C will become cos C. But when a light ray travels from one medium to another medium, the critical angle sin C is given by n1 by n2, but here these are given as mu1 and mu2. So let me take it as mu1 by mu2. This is sin C. Now let me draw a right angle triangle here with angle C. The opposite angle is mu1 and the hypotenuse is mu2. The next side, other side will become mu2 square minus mu1 square. Now let me substitute this value here. This will become mu1 sin theta is equal mu2. What is cos C from this triangle? Adjacent side by hypotenuse, which is root over mu2 square minus mu1 square by the other one is mu2 without root. This is hypotenuse of this right angle triangle, which is mu2. I want this sin theta, so let me take sin theta is equal to mu2 by mu1 root over mu2 square minus mu1 square by mu2. You can cancel mu2 and mu2 here. So sin theta will become root over mu2 square minus mu1 square. If it go inside this root, you can write this as mu2 square minus mu1 square by mu1 square. So what is theta here? Theta is equal to sin inverse of root over mu2 square minus mu1 square by mu1 square. This is the angle of incidence on this surface. But they are asking what must be the value of theta if it is undergoing total internal reflection. For total internal reflection to take place, the angle of incidence on this side BC should be greater than C. That means if C greater than C value is greater than this value, that is the angle of incidence that BC is greater than C. So if I is greater than C, then only total internal reflection will take place. If this value increases, we know that this value will decrease, even theta will decrease. So the theta should be, this theta value for total reflection should be less than this value. So that is sine inverse root over mu 2 square minus mu 1 square by mu 1 square. So here you can write this as sine inverse of root over mu 2 square my mu 1 square minus 1 under root, because this mu 1 square must get cancelled, you get 1. So now theta should be less than sine inverse of mu 2 square minus 1 square. 1 means option 2 is correct.